If you're following the WNBA at all right now, there is one question on everybody's mind, and it all revolves around one single player. So today, we're going to cut through all the noise and really separate the hope from the reality when it comes to Caitlin Clark's return.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one. The question everybody is asking. For weeks, it's been a total mystery. But just recently, we got two totally different signals. One that got everybody's hopes up, and another one that, well, kind of brought us all crashing back down to earth.
All right, so first, let's just quickly set the stage here, because you need to understand why this isn't just a big deal for her team, the Indiana Fever, but for the entire league.
I mean, we're talking about Caitlin Clark, right? The WNBA's biggest star, no question about it. She's been out with this nagging groin issue since the middle of July, and her being out has left this huge void not just for the Fever, but for the whole league's buzz. It's just not the same.
Okay, so after weeks of just nothing, we finally got a little glimmer of hope. All of a sudden, a very specific and very optimistic timeline for her comeback was put out there.
And this is where it gets really interesting, right? Because this spark of hope, it didn't come from an official team press release or anything like that. Nope. It came from a comment made during a national ESPN broadcast by the announcer Ryan Ruocco, and man, it sent this wave of excitement through the entire fan base.
So let's break down this timeline that got everybody so fired up. On August 12th, the announcer basically suggests that this key week off from the 17th to the 22nd was the window they were hoping Clark could get back to practice. He even threw out a potential return game on August 26th. I mean, bam, just like that, fans had something to circle on their calendars.
But just as everyone started getting excited, we got hit with a major dose of reality. And this one came straight from the top, the Fever's head coach.
And you got to pay attention to the timing here because it's absolutely crucial. This was August 20th, smack dab in the middle of that supposed practice window. Coach Stephanie White is talking to the media, and the key detail? It was right after a practice that Clark had not fully participated in.
Oof. And this is the quote that just popped that bubble of optimism. Until she can get into practice, it's really status quo. That phrase, status quo, man, that's a powerful reality check. It was a direct counter to all that forward-looking hope we had just heard.
Okay, so what does this all mean, right? How do you square that hopeful broadcast with what the coach just laid out in no uncertain terms?
Let's put it side by side, because the contrast is just stark. On one side, you've got the hope. Practice during that week off, a late August return, all of it based on speculation from a broadcast. And then, on the other side, you have the cold, hard reality from the coach. She's not at full capacity. Her return is not imminent. It's a day-to-day thing.
So, here's the bottom line, plain and simple. Whatever that optimistic schedule was that got hinted at, yeah, it's off the table. Coach White's update basically just took an eraser to that entire timeline.
So, where does that leave all of us? Well, it brings us right back to those two little words the coach used.
Status quo. The existing state of affairs. No change, it means they haven't hit that next milestone yet, which is getting her back into full team practices. It's a very deliberate way of saying, hey, everybody, pump the brakes. All right, so let's recap what we actually know for sure right now. Clark is on the court, she's doing work, which is great to see, but, and this is a big but, she's not in full team practice. The coach has made it clear she needs a few of those under her belt before she plays, so a return in the next week or so seems really unlikely. The team is making it crystal clear that they are prioritizing her long-term health over rushing her back.
And, that really brings us to the big overarching question here. When you're talking about not just a star player, but the literal face of the entire league, is this extreme caution the absolute right call, or is there this unspoken pressure for her to get back on the court that creates a tension that's almost impossible to navigate? It's that classic dilemma, right? Protecting your most valuable asset versus needing your superstar in the game.